Well, all this week, we are profiling anti-slavery heroes who have partnered with the CNN Freedom Project in an effort to find solutions to ending modern-day slavery. Today, we profile Swanee Hunt. She's a philanthropist, an author, a former U.S. ambassador to Austria, and a staunch abolitionist fighting to end sex trafficking. Here is her story in her words.
I am very much engaged in stopping the purchasing of illegal sex, sexual exploitation, and I do it by being an activist and working with women and girls, but also working with men who are the exploiters. Demand Abolition is an initiative we started in 2008, and we looked at what was going on in Sweden and in Norway. We actually went there, and I met with the Queen in Sweden, who was very active in this idea of stopping the men and not punishing, not criminalizing the women and the girls. And so we looked at this model and said, would this work in the United States? Gee, you know, we'd have to get all these laws that say it's illegal for the men to buy. And then we discovered, no, we don't have to. The laws are already there. They're just not being enforced. We're doing a whole range in Demand Abolition. We are gathering research. We're bringing together survivors. There are so many women and girls who want to speak out about this. Right back there. I love working with Sherry Jimenez. I met her a few years ago, and I was astounded at how she was able to speak about her experience and what needs to be done. I have to have Sherry at my side, and she has to tell me what hundreds of other women have told her. I am not the expert. She is the expert. One of the great privileges of my life is living just a few minutes away from a cemetery here that has some of the great abolitionists. And I think we have no idea. We in this country do not walk around with that awareness of the price people have paid to go before us. I like to think, oh, I'm this trailblazer, but they blazed the trail. We're all using what we were born with to try to make our lives hold together. Now, in my case, I'm born into enormous privilege. When I was about 12, 13, I remember lying in bed and thinking, I go to a really good school. I live in this mansion with all of the trappings. I have my deep faith that grounds me. What if I don't do all I could do? And that was a big deal to me. It was a big, almost fear, I would say, of what if I don't use all of this?
Okay, join our Richard Quest for a discussion about human trafficking, what's been done to dismantle the international networks behind it. That's at 9 p.m. in London, only on CNN. Well, that does it for us here at the International Desk. I'm Robin Kerno. Keep watching CNN. We'll show you New Year's celebrations from across the globe at the top of each hour. Until then, Culinary Journeys is next. From me, though, wherever you are, Happy New Year. I hope it's happy and healthy. Bye-bye.
We've recently discovered that there are about 35 million people in slavery around the world today. Now, slavery occurs almost any time that someone's made vulnerable and doesn't have the protection of the rule of law. If you want to understand the presence of slavery, you have to understand the presence of corruption in most countries.
We need leaders we can actually believe. Whether they're corporate, governmental, military, have an enormous responsibility. We're talking about people developing a higher level of consciousness than we've had up to now. Enabling humanity to actually evolve because we have to.
When we all come together as leaders and people, elders and young, we can make the world the one we want Because no one is free as long as others are not. Let all of us come together to make the 21st century the century of humanity.